Welcome to Yellowknife Votes 2009. We're here with Bryan Sutherland running for mayor. So Bryan, perhaps you can introduce yourself to those folks in Yellowknife who don't know you and reintroduce yourself to those who do.
Absolutely. Hello audience, my name's Bryan Sutherland. I'm running for mayor of Yellowknife because I really want to address some of the problems that I feel are contributing to our lack of growth. I feel growth is the biggest issue facing Yellowknife. 2004-2000 projections showed that we should be around 20,900 people, but we're currently at, by best estimates, 19,300. And I think if we can address the issues that are contributing to outmigration and deterring people from investing here in Yellowknife, that we can solve a lot of other problems. Since moving to Yellowknife, I've taken some steps to help the problem by starting a Yellowknife Tenant Association, which is still in its seed stage, but some work has been done towards. And in fact, involving myself in Northwest Territory politics, which I also believe needs to be addressed in order to have a greater involvement of the public here in the Northwest Territories. So in order to deal with growth issues, I've taken affordable housing to be one of the biggest ones, utility bills, affordable housing, and taxes. Mm-hmm. And I think there are some steps that the city can do in a short amount of time to start addressing those and see a positive impact in the near future.
Now, one of the things that's been coming out in the polls, and certainly prior to the election being called, was green space, and there's been a lot of discussion about that. What do you think about that issue?
Well, I mean, green space is great. I love it. I think there's a lot of green space around. From everything I understand about developing the North, in many cases it's not financially responsible to develop certain areas. So those areas, you know, would naturally become green space. So the biggest thing I could say is that I support green space to that level, and I just don't believe it should really be an issue. If anything, I would say access to green space might be a bigger issue because it's there, it's green, but how do you get to it? Mm-hmm. For example, even the Frame Lake Trail, for years we've had half of it accessible by everybody, the other half is only accessible by the able-bodied. If we did a little bit of work there, then all that green space would be accessible to everybody. And then there'll be other examples throughout the city, you know, where it's green, but you can't get to it. Mm-hmm. So maybe I'd like to address utilizing the existing green space as much as making sure there's green space in the future.
Now, one of the other issues that came up, and I think a lot of people agree on, is the state of downtown, and whether it's crime or whether it's homelessness and some of the social issues. So what role do you see the city playing in that?
Well, a huge role. I mean, it's the city's responsibility. Of course, they have to work with local business and the community at large, mm-hmm. but clearly the local businesses and the public at large want to do something. So my ideas have been about a more accountable municipal enforcement, more accountable to City Hall. Whereas the RCMP are primarily responsible to the federal government in Ottawa, and here they are maybe taking on too much responsibility with the smaller issues. So there might be something that we can do to improve the presence of police on the street in our downtown and to take a little more proactive approach on limiting the disturbances that do occur.
Now you're talking about the RCMP at this point, are you?
No, I mean more about municipal enforcement. I mean, in our case, because we have the RCMP here, mm-hmm. They do a large part of our police force. And maybe it'd be nice if they could focus more on the more serious matters, mm-hmm. and that the organization that's responsible to City Hall, to the city, could do a little bit more.
So would you be looking at expanding the bylaw department, or?
I'd be looking at that, yeah. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I understand that bylaw has been getting, I wouldn't say a bad reputation, but a lot of people are concerned from what I hear about their approach in dealing with matters. Mm-hmm. Perhaps that's something that needs to be addressed as to why bylaw isn't responding to the complaints that I'm hearing. It's not the fact that they're doing their job, which is fine, but there seems to be a disconnect between City Hall vis-a-vis bylaw to the public. So, you know, that might have to be addressed first in addition, but yeah, along with that would be increasing their involvement in the city. Then we could get boots on the ground downtown and hopefully be in a better position to deal with problems as they occur. Of course, I mean, that's not the only solution is municipal enforcement. I have to believe that, you know, we're putting food in people's stomachs, we're giving them a place to sleep, we're doing some things, but I mean, if they can't find a job because some people are unemployable or housing rates are too high so they can't get their own place, you know, those issues are going to contribute to the existing problem. So in all regards, if we can deal with these different issues, that it will have a net positive impact on that situation.
Okay, Brian, well, thank you very much, and good luck in the campaign, and we'll be watching.
Thank you very much.
That's Yellowknife Votes 2009. Thank you.